What's up everyone? We are here back in War Season number 2, and I love Alliance Wars. Not for the reasons you may think, but because the loot is freaking amazing when you go and fight random people. So here, our very first one is 273,000, and you're going to actually find higher loots than that. So let's go and do a couple random searches here. 258, 240. So decent amount in here, like what I'm talking about, 340,000. That's a ton of loot. We'll go ahead and take that one out right now. You can find higher ones, though. I found up to like 700k the other day. It's just insane how much loot you can find because a lot of players are not raiding and stealing the loot. They are actually just fighting in Alliance Wars. So the loot is just building up. It is such a beautiful thing. It allows you to upgrade a lot of your buildings, your towers, your units, and get stronger, faster. You may be noticing too we are using a funky spell combination. This is mainly due to the fact that a lot of people have Arblasters in their wave combination now, elite boosted Arblasters, and those guys auto heal everyone when they die. So you need to kill them all at one time. So their chain healing doesn't spark each other and then they constantly like stay alive and take all your time. I'm lazy and I don't really change my spell combinations too much. So I've been using this pretty much standardly throughout raiding anyone's base, although that's not the best tactic to use because, again, I'm just lazy. I don't want to change my spells out, and it works out pretty effectively on most bases. We may not be able to get 100% on every single base, but for the most part, this spell combination works. Our Swordrain is fairly high. I believe it's level 9. I'll have it in the description down below. And once you get further into the base, you start utilizing the mummies, since they spawn right next to you. So monsters with this setup do pose a problem. But other than that, you can pretty much, like I said, beat most bases with this setup. So that wave combination right here, this will be pretty problematically if the mummies don't stun. So we got that one stun off. That was enough to do a decent amount of damage to kill that group. If the mummies don't stun, or if the monsters are elite boosted, they attack a lot faster and they stun you. So you kind of have a bad little fight there with your guys. The opponent monsters will beat you, beat you into a pulp. So Swordrain is definitely a spell that you want to start leveling back up again if you've favored like the heal spell, the shield spell. As you see in our spells, we've taken off Bladestorm as well, which is very interesting because personally, I never really thought that I would take that spell off. That spell is extremely good against wave troops and extremely good against barricades and blockades. But the fact is, if you can't reach the wave troops, Bladestorm can't do anything, and then the elite boost Arblasters, it does a dot, so it slowly damages them over time, and the Arblasters just heal right through it. So it doesn't work out at all against Arblasters. So let's see, maybe we can find another 300k plus, and you'll see that's crazy. I mean, we just skipped over 260,000 loot bases, and normally I'm looking for anything 200k and higher. Now I'm looking for like anything 300k and higher, and here's one right here. Go back and shield them up. So I'm trying to hit them, get both waves in that Swordrain. Up, see there, I should have waited for the other wave across the side. We're going to call our troops back here. And so that way the wave at the choke point will go away and start walking. If we would have moved up, we would have had to deal with that wave at the choke point, like right here. And we didn't have a Swordrain spell. we're going to come over here with the Swordrain spell. Take out almost everybody in that wave group. Unfortunately, there's some Arblasters here, and they're going to start chain healing everything. It's going to be very, very hard to get through. They also heal the towers, too, which is just, I mean, kind of overpowered. We're going to save our Swordrain because there's only one Arblaster right there. And you can see there's a whole group of Arblasters right here. Perfect time to use the Swordrain to kill them. So we use the Swordrain arrow there because there's no other units coming out, and by the time we get to the next wave, we're already going to have our Swordrain ready to go. And now we're just constantly spamming out mummies because nothing else will reach to the castle gates. And we just barely took it down right there with no seconds to spare. Huge, huge amount of loot right there. So with our gold boost and our alliance boost, we pushed it up to 700,000. Because if you don't participate, you're probably going to get kicked from your alliance, and then you can't utilize these elite boosts. Here's a really, really tough base. 38 trophies. All these elite boost monsters and craziness. This is a base we can't beat. I'm almost positive we cannot beat this, but we're going to try. And I'm actually going to start thinking of how to fight this base because it's a lot of loot. It's very, very challenging. And if I don't use some strategy in this fight, we're definitely not going to win this one. Or even get close. It looks like there's no hard to reach towers, so I can take off the cannons. And I'm going to go ahead and put a Pyromancer in here. Yep, so we'll go like that. So our goal is not to probably beat the entire base, it's just to survive and get as much damage down as we can. Hopefully get to the castle gates. So it's very, very hard to handle elite boosted monsters. They have tons of life, they do a lot of damage. And you see we're not even really getting very far. Pyromancer is twofold. It helps out with Firebolt towers and it also helps against mummies. I wasted a Swordrain right there. Should have saved it just for a little bit longer. You see, we're not even getting very far. This is ridiculous. Alright, so there's a huge wave group. We're going to go Swordrain over there. He has every elite boost imaginable. It looks like he's got elite boost bomb towers that are just throwing these bombs like crazy to us. So probably the better thing would have been to skip this base, even though it was giving us a lot of loot. If you can't beat the base at all, it's not worth fighting. As you can see here, we've gotten 40 some odd thousand in loot, but we're almost out of time. So much craziness with the bomb towers and the skull towers. Again, it looks like he has like every elite boost imaginable. He's got elite boost knights, elite boost bomb towers, elite boost Arblasters, elite boost werewolves, elite boost mummies. Crazy, crazy strong defense right there. Let's see how much gold. So still not that bad, 210,000. If we would have done a better job, obviously we would have gotten a lot more loot. But on bases that are that tough, that are that insane with the amount of elite boosts that they have, you probably just want to skip them and find bases like this. This, not as many elite boosts. You have elite boost werewolf, elite boost cannon, looks like hiding back there, barricade, and spikes, actually, looks like. So let's go ahead and put our cannons back on. And this will be the last right here. Hopefully we can get 100%. Probably cannon against this base. But yeah, I love, love, love raiding when the war season is going on. This only happens when there is a war season. When people are actively farming and fighting each other. That high level elite boost frost spike did a lot of damage to the hero. See, Swordrain takes everything out. They don't really get their chain healing off. If you didn't have Swordrain right there or a Blizzard spell that would kill everything in one shot, you're going to be stuck in that little fight for like 20 seconds. That is just going to eat away your time. So we're going to rush up forward with the king and have all the gargoyles hit us. We should be able to get 98% here. Because there's a tower on the right side that we're going to miss. Overall, tons of money though. Probably close to 700k again. Yep, very, very close to 700k. 658,000.